Hello everyone, this is Mopbot. This is a redstone tutorial, and this is my key-locked vault door. A while ago, I created a password-protected vault door and got some nice responses on it, so I thought I'd create a new one. And this is for a key lock. So right now, I have the key set to being sandstone. So first I'm going to throw in this block of iron, and the key slot is this block here, so if I just toss that on there, you'll see it gets picked up, but the door does not open. Now if I throw down the correct item, which is the sandstone block, it gets sucked up and then the door opens. You can walk through, hit the button, the door closes, and then inside this chest, after waiting a bit, the item will come back up and there it is. So the redstone behind this can be a bit confusing. There's, at least in this way that I've shown it, there's a lot of white and a lot of redstone. So what I did was I built it again out here, and this time by splitting up the colors. So you can see if I come over here, the iron blocks are for the actual build that don't affect the redstone. The cyan clay is for item pickup, that's this minecart with hopper right here. And then the item sorter, which determines that you put the right block in, is this red clay, that's right there. The activator circuit, the green clay, is back here. This is, I believe, the largest part of the build, and that is what actually opens the door. The orange then is to close the door from the inside, and that's this orange line here. And then that also allows the item to get tossed into the item elevator, which is the yellow, which then returns the item to you in this chest. You can determine what block to use by changing this hopper here, what's inside there. I'm using sandstone because there's a lot of it around and it was easy to grab for me. But if you're doing this on a multiplayer server, which if you're doing a vault door, I would assume that you are doing it on a multiplayer server because you want it to be protected, I would use an item that's not common, such as sponge or doors. Any item that's stackable that is not that easy to obtain, or at least not that someone could carry around on them. So to start building this, you're going to want to come 6 blocks off the ground like this, and then on top of it, build a little platform. This is what the door will be mounted on. And then come off 1 block in the direction that you want the build to go, like so. And then place an iron door on that block, and then just encase it in other blocks. And I guess you don't really have to use an iron door, but that cannot be opened just by clicking on it, so that's the door I prefer to use. And then coming out the back, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, punch out 1 from the end, and put down a chest there, and that is where your item will be returned to you. And then come over 2, and then out 1, up 2 like this, and then buttons go on this block here, and this block here, and that is what will let you back out of your room, and this is what will return the item to you. Okay, for this next segment, you're going to want to determine what block is going to be the key input, which is this block right in front of the door, and then come below here, and just go 1, 2 down like this, and then place a powered rail on top of that, and then on the right side of the door, place a redstone block with a powered rail on that, and then come out a few blocks on the other side of it, like this, and then just get rid of those and put in some hoppers, and then another powered rail and blocks on either side of this, and then plop down your minecart with hopper here. So now that's going right under these, and if we throw down the stained clay, it gets picked up by this, and then is shot down to the end of this hopper stream. Okay, so now to do the item sorter, this middle hopper here, you want to come down 1, 2 blocks like this, and then place a block facing out in this direction, and a block on the top half of these 2 blocks facing off in that direction. Get rid of those middle blocks and place down hoppers, one facing into this block and the other into this block. You can get rid of those 2. And then out of this middle block here, you're going to want to come out 2 blocks right below it, so that you can place a comparator facing out of the hopper with dust that runs diagonally into another piece of dust, like this, and then a block coming out of this one with a repeater that runs into a block with a redstone torch on its face. And now in this middle hopper here, you want to take 22 of whatever item that you're going to be using for your key, and just fill up the hopper with those. The order does not really matter, just as long as each slot is filled. So now only whatever key you're using, which in this case is sandstone, will go into this block, and any other items will pass right over and go to this hopper. And this is your overflow protection, which allows people to basically just throw an item in that they think don't miss, will activate the door, and if it doesn't, it just gets tossed right back here, and they don't get it back. For this next part, you're going to be placing some more hoppers. We're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of this bottom one, and then place 1, 2, 3, 4 hoppers in between that and this block, and we can just get rid of that. And then off of these two that are close to the end here, you can place blocks like this, and run a comparator out of both of these hoppers that run into a block that has redstone dust on them, that then goes into a repeater, like so, and then runs into blocks like this with redstone dust on them. And now you want to locate where the door is. So it's on this block here. So we come down, place a block there with a redstone torch on top of it, and then come diagonal one block like this, which is next to the comparator. And then you just want to connect these blocks. And then instead of going one block in the middle like this, you're going to go up one, like so, and then one redstone dust into this into this block with a torch on it. So then when this is powered, this torch will invert, which means this dust will turn off. The torch is now inverted from this torch, and then when this is activated, this torch will turn on, which opens up the door. So if we come over here, come into this hopper, and place an item, you can see the door opens and then quickly closes because the item was just shot through. When I add in the next part, the door will stay open until you hit that button. This next part is very easy. You just want to locate the block that the button to close the doors on, so that's this one, and come out the back and place a block, and then place 3 more in this kind of stair pattern like so, and then you should be 1 block before getting to the hoppers. So then you just want to place a redstone torch on the face of this block, and then redstone dust up along the side, and then redstone dust on top of this hopper. So if we place a block in here, you'll see that the door opens, and then the clay does not go anywhere because it is powered. And then if we hit this button, like almost, there we go, then the dust is off and now back on when the torch turns back on. For the last part of the build, you're going to come below this chest here and just place a bunch of droppers that face up like this, and you can get rid of the bottom 2, and then make a line of hoppers coming into this bottom dropper here and then around the corner like so. And then if this corner hopper here is not already facing in this direction, go ahead and break that and then place that like so. And then come out of this bottom dropper 1, 2, 3 blocks and place 2 comparators and a repeater. That runs into a block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here, so it's even with this comparator, and place dust here, and then a repeater that runs into a block, followed by a torch tower going vertical that ends just below the hallway. So see, if we put an item in here, the torches fire, and now the item is inside the chest. So this is how the item would then return to you, and it is activated by pressing this button. The item is not automatically sent through. Hit the button, item transfers, shot up the side, and is now inside the chest. So to put this door into use, you just want to throw one item that is the key into the system, and that will prime it, get items flowing into the correct places so they can then be used. So if we throw the wrong item in, so let's throw a block of iron there, it can come along the back here, and it is now in this hopper and not getting sucked into the system. When this dust is activated, or deactivated, that is, the item will then flow into this hopper and then be out of the system. So this could technically cram up if too much comes in here, but that's not much of a worry because there is 5 slots here. So if we just take that out and then throw the proper item in, you can see stuff start to work and the door opens. And now hit this button, more stuff works, door closes, come over here, that fired, and now the sandstone is here. So like I said before, I have already done a vault door. That was the password protected door, and now this is the key lock door. If anyone else has an idea for a new type of vault door, please leave a comment and I will start building that. But anyways guys, this has been MoppBot, and I'm out.